Well, we've made it back over to this basement site this morning, and we're going to start digging the footings and digging a little bit of this stuff back for the concrete guys. So they got all their pins set up for their formed footings, and then probably hard to see, that's going to be the basement wall because the homeowners changed a little bit of the layout or whatever on the garage and such. So that line I'm going to cut in the side of this hill probably 3 or 4 feet, and I'll throw it up top. I don't really understand why, but he's turned the garage where now they're going to pull in this way instead of having the doors facing the road. I guess now the driveway is going to come right there. It's going to be pretty tight up to the property line, but this will be I guess the front or the side of the garage where the doors are at. So now, which I guess it'll work for the driveway, but everything's kind of scooted over. So I'm going to start with that first and just kind of work my way over. I'll move that, and then I'll probably have to dig down 4 or 5 feet, and we'll do 2 42-inch buckets wide, where I can dig these footings out and give these guys rooms. I'll have to do a formed footing, and then I'll probably put a 4 or 5 foot wall on there. I need to strip some grass off first, obviously, and then here's the other wall of the garage. And then there's kind of going to be, I may just notch this whole thing out and make it a 9-foot wall on that, because it's going to go down, and there's another walls. I guess they've added like a patio area. It was going to be a deck, but now they've built it up or wanted a patio area. So then it'll go down. I got an orange flag in the tall Johnson grass, and then it cuts over. So all that earth may go away as well. And then I think that's about it. So, which will be a little while. And then if those guys show up, I got one like retaining wall or a frost footing. I'll have to dig out in the back. But yeah, for now, like I said, we'll just start down there and just kind of work our way out. And because I won't be able to reach down in there after I get these other footings dug. So yeah, get the machine unloaded and get started. Well, we got the footing started on the garage, but now I'm gonna go get my laser set up. I guarantee you can't see it on camera, but there's a stake right out there in the middle, and that is my benchmark, which will be the top of the formed footing. So what I'll basically do is I'll probably set the laser up here, and I've got like a 16-foot stick, and then I'll go down there and shoot that. And then this is probably going to be 4 or 5 feet deep, where that one's 9. So it'll probably have to come up, like I said, 4 or 5 feet. So I'll just transfer that grade. I'll check that pin up there with that stick, and then I can kind of transfer my benchmark up to here, and it'll stair step up. And then I may have to take this down a little bit more wherever I need to round it off, because I just need to go in foot increments is what their forms work. So, and I'm just over digging the whole thing with the 42-inch bucket. So the actual wall is right on that line, and then I'll do another bucket to give these guys plenty of room to get down in there and pour their footings, and then set those walls. And I'll probably cut them a ramp right here so they can get those panels down and do the garage section, and then the rest of them they'll back in on that side. So yeah, we'll get our laser set up and establish grade up here. Well, one of the last things I do is I got the footing all dug, my spoils cleaned up. I tried to kind of help position this rebar. I'm going to take this one down in the basement. We got 2 bundles of them. They're probably going to use the majority of them in the basement. Just trying to get maybe not all the grass in there. But I'll leave one up top for the garage. They can carry it. Most of it's going to go on the walls, and a little bit of it will go in the footings. But I try to kind of carry them around here and move them because they just get dropped off on the truck wherever it's easier for the truck to get in. And these guys have to just cut them and drag them by hand where they need them to go. So we'll track this one down here. Seems to me like right here would be good, but it's probably going to be right smack in the way. Because I'm betting that one's going to have to be a frost footing, so they probably won't have all that rebar out of there, and I'll have to dig that. So we'll have to maybe move it again, but it seemed like for getting the trucks in here, they should be able to. They made that concrete truck down there. Oh yeah, then I need to come down here and clean that up. But, so yeah, we'll just toss that there for them, and I'll kind of do my quick walk around before we get. Here's kind of a better view of the finished product. So I got that all kind of notched back. 3 to 4 feet's what they wanted, but then I was able to get down in there and kind of clean that out because that pin right there, which is probably hard to see, and the farthest one to the left is the basement wall, and then they'll kind of step it up or jump it up. I think they put a ledge on the basement wall and then run that footing across, and they'll just backfill more with clean rock. And then this wall kind of jogged in right here on the edge and then made the curve, and then that gave them plenty of room to put their footing. It should be right smack in the middle of this ditch. I kind of left them a little ramp back here where they can carry those panels out. I was going to do it up in the front, but they're going to try to back a concrete truck in here to pour the footings up here. I don't know if they're going to get a pump, or they'll probably have to get a pump. It'd be kind of a pain to back a concrete truck all the way around here, but so that's what that little ramp's for. And then this is going to be like a concrete porch area or something, but by the time I overdug it and then took the edge off, there's going to be like 2 feet of earth in there, so it'll be about as easy for those guys just to be able to have it all notched out now, and then their wall will just set about 3.5 feet off the edge of this, and then we'll just have to backfill the inside. So, but not too bad, but I don't know, 5 or so hours, maybe 5.5 hours. Kind of got it all slicked up, and I just got it piled up here out of the way because when we get ready to backfill, I may be able to set the excavator there and reach the garage, or if we need to, I can bring the Hydrema back and we can throw some more in the front porch, and it'll probably mostly just be the excavator or the loader to try to move stuff around, but this should get them with what they need to do. The other thing I meant to do the other day was flip this cutting edge, so it's just, I got a little bit more, and I need to clean that off in front, but it's already like down to the bucket on the corner, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. So a friend of mine's using my 1 inch, so I got the 1/2 inch impact. We'll see if that works. I buzzed this one off with it on the ground, but it starts spinning, so we'll see if I can break them all loose, and maybe the weight of this thing kind of hanging will let them come out. Then I'll have to lower it down or just drop it, one of the two. Flipped over, had 1 bolt that I had to get like a 6-foot cheater pipe on as it wouldn't break it loose, but got all new bolts and got about 1 inch of cutting edge on there, so that ought to make a pretty big difference now, especially since it was all rounded off. So I'll have to get used to that. I'll be scraping stuff up pretty easy then. But so yeah, get this thing parked and see what we can get into tomorrow.